Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you know about yourself is a lie. Not just the small things. Everything. Your name, your past, your love, your freedom. Every single person in your life has been shaping you, molding you, using you, and you never even saw it coming. That's exactly where she is right now. And if you've ever trusted someone completely, only to discover they weren't who you thought, stay with me. Because this one is going to hit different. It's 2 a.m., and she can't stop watching the video. Over and over. The same footage. A young woman. Her face, her hands, her voice. Screaming, fighting, being shoved into a van. Her hands shake so badly the phone nearly slips from her fingers. She checks the timestamp. For years ago. June 15th. Then the location data embedded in the file. The Ascendancy Sanctuary, Portland, Oregon. Daniel didn't save her from something dangerous. He took her from here. She's out of the room before she even decides to move. It's 2 a.m. and she doesn't care. She runs through the dark compound, past the sleeping halls, straight toward the one office with a light still burning. Mother Grace's. She burst through the door without knocking. Mother Grace is already there. Not sleeping. Sitting in the dark by the window, looking out at the gardens like she's been expecting this exact moment. The confrontation is immediate. Raw. Her voice is shaking when she says she knows about the kidnapping, that she saw the footage, that she was fighting him. So why didn't anyone tell her? Why did they let her believe she chose to leave? Mother Grace turns slowly. Her face holds no surprise, only sadness. She says she wanted the memory to return naturally, that if she'd shown that video on day one, it would have looked like manipulation, cherry-picked evidence designed to poison the well. She wanted trust earned, not forced. That's manipulation, she fires back. Is it? Mother Grace rises, crosses to her desk, and pulls out a thick folder. Inside, Portland Police Department. Missing persons case. Filed the day after she was taken. Tire marks. A cracked phone. A shoe left behind. Witness statements from people who watched the struggle and did nothing to stop it. They tried to get her back. They hired investigators. But Daniel was careful. He changed her name. Gave her a new identity. By the time they found her, months had passed, and she no longer recognized the people who'd raised her. She sinks into a chair. Why didn't you take the evidence to the police? Force an arrest. They did. Multiple times. But here's the brutal reality. She was 22, an adult, and Daniel's story was that she came willingly, that the struggle was a breakdown, that he was running an intervention, that the ascendancy had brainwashed her. Without her own testimony, without Margot standing in a courtroom and saying she was taken against her will, the case couldn't move. Tears fall before she can stop them. He took me. He really took me. Yes. And I didn't want to go. No, darling. You didn't. The panic builds fast and hard. She needs to call the police. Report him. He can't get away with this. But Mother Grace is gentle, rational, reasonable. She walks her through the nightmare that follows. A trial, Daniel's lawyers, his version of events, years of back and forth. She suggests waiting, healing first, remembering first, getting whole, and then deciding whether justice through the courts is even what she wants. It sounds wise. But something small and quiet nags at the back of her mind as she takes the folder and goes. At 3 a.m., she calls Claire. She needs someone outside of all of this. Someone with no skin in the game. Claire picks up on the fourth ring, groggy. The moment she hears the words, "I saw the video," she's fully awake. She confirms it. Yes. According to every piece of evidence available, Daniel removed her from that compound by force. But then Claire says something that stops everything cold. She doesn't know if it was kidnapping. Because Daniel had journal entries. Handwritten pages from Margot herself, talking about wanting to leave, feeling trapped, calling Daniel her only hope. But Mother Grace had journal entries too, showing Margot happy, devoted, in love with her life at the compound. Both sides have evidence. Both sides have their version of Margot. And the only person who can tell the truth doesn't remember. So one of them is lying. Or both. Or neither. Claire's voice is careful, measured. This is what high control groups do. They create confusion. Make you doubt everything, including yourself. Then who do I trust? Yourself. Just that. Quietly. When you're at the compound, how do you feel? Safe. Peaceful. Like she belongs. And with Daniel? Loved. Protected. But also controlled. Claire tells her both can be true at the same time. Feelings aren't facts, but they're data worth paying attention to. And then she gives the most important piece of advice anyone has given her yet. Asterisk test it. Try to leave. If they let you walk out with no pressure, no guilt trips, no consequences, maybe they're telling the truth. But if they resist, that tells you everything. Asterisk. At 8 a.m., she packs a bag. Casual. Just the essentials. She goes down to breakfast, finds Catherine, tells her she needs a few days in the city to process everything. Catherine smiles. Of course, sweetheart. Take all the time you need. Do you need a ride? No guilt. No hosetaschen. Sophia and Iris come out to say goodbye. They hug her. They say they love her. They say they'll be here when she's ready to come home. The rideshare arrives. She gets in. As it pulls away, she looks back and everyone is waving, smiling, watching her go without a word of protest. Maybe Claire is wrong, she thinks. Maybe this isn't a cult. She checks into a Hilton downtown. Cash. No trail. She spreads everything on the bed. Police reports. Journal entries. The video. Mother Grace's openness. Daniel's control. None of it assembles into a clean answer. Then her phone buzzes. Unknown number. Asterisk. I have information about Margot. Information neither Daniel nor Mother Grace wants you to know. Powell's Books. 3 p.m. Coffee shop inside. Blue scarf. A friend. Asterisk. She stares at the message for a long time. It could be a trap. From either side. Or it could be the one piece of truth no one has given her yet. And if you're thinking what she's thinking right now, who do you trust when everyone around you has a version of you they want to keep? Stick around. Because this channel exists for exactly that question. She arrives early. Watches from a distance. At exactly 3 p.m., a woman walks in, late 40s, blue scarf, hands wrapped too tight around a coffee cup. She looks nervous in a way that doesn't read as performance. Her name is Dr. Rebecca Winters. She was the Ascendancy's psychologist for 6 years. She left 3 years ago when she finally understood what she was participating in. She has a file, a psychological profile spanning years of sessions, diagnoses, notes, treatment plans. She was Margot's therapist from age 16 to 22. And then she says something that rewrites everything. Mother Grace had asked her to use therapeutic techniques, not to heal Margot, but to shape her. Mold her into the successor the group needed. Subtle reinforcement. Reward for compliance. Consequences for deviation. Dressed up in the language of care. You brainwashed her. I conditioned her. The shame in her voice sounds real. I told myself I was guiding her toward her potential, but I was breaking her down. It worked. By 21, Margot was exactly what the Ascendancy needed. Devoted, charismatic, a perfect leader in training. And then Daniel started slipping her literature, deprogramming research, cult psychology, and Margot began to wake up. When she came to Dr. Winters in crisis, unsure what was real, Dr. Winters reported it directly to Mother Grace. Protocol. And Mother Grace responded with 3 weeks of isolation, food restriction, sleep deprivation, intensive realignment therapy. Margot came out compliant again, devoted again, But her eyes, Dr. Winters says, were dead. 2 weeks later, Daniel came. So, Daniel was saving me. From a cult, yes. Dr. Winters leans forward. But what he did after, that's not saving. That's replacing one form of control with another. She tracked them after they disappeared. Found her living as Maya Cooper, married to her own brother. No memory of any of it. He was trying to help me forget. He was trying to make you his. Her voice doesn't waver. Deprogramming doesn't require memory erasure. It requires truth. What Daniel did, erasing your identity, creating a false history, marrying you, that's not therapeutic. That's possessive. But I asked him to. I wanted to forget. Did you? She slides one more document across the table. A letter, written by Margot, 3 months after Daniel took her, before the erasure, obtained from a therapist she'd briefly seen. Dear future me, asterisk if you're reading this, Daniel succeeded. He erased me, and I'm so sorry, asterisk. Asterisk I didn't want this. I never wanted this. But Daniel won't listen. He keeps saying Margot is contaminated, that we need to create someone new, asterisk. Asterisk, but I'm not contaminated. I'm just damaged. There's a difference, asterisk. Asterisk I've begged him to take me to a real therapist, to help me integrate what happened, not escape it. But he's terrified. So he's found someone who does memory modification therapy, and he's convinced it's the only way. Asterisk. Asterisk, I don't want to forget. I don't want to lose myself, asterisk. Asterisk, your name isn't Maya. You're Margot Chun. You were born in Seattle. You loved painting and poetry. You had a best friend named Sophia who made you laugh until you cried. You were hurt by people you trusted, but you were asterisk real. Asterisk, don't let Daniel convince you his love is salvation. Don't let Mother convince you her purpose is truth. Asterisk. Asterisk, find your truth. Be yourself. Asterisk. I'm sorry I'm not strong enough to fight for us both. Margot. She didn't want to forget. Both of them destroyed her. Mother Grace broke her down and rebuilt her as a puppet. Daniel took her and rebuilt her as a wife. Neither one saved Margot. They each replaced her with the version they needed. She's about to accept Dr. Winters' offer, a support organization, safe housing, real therapy, when she stopped herself. Why are you helping me? Really? The flicker. Just for a second. Then the truth. The FBI. Years of investigation into the ascendancy, trafficking, fraud, psychological abuse. And she's the key witness. The one with memories coming back. The one who can bring it all down with testimony. I'm not doing this. I'm not being used again. By anyone. She runs. She calls Claire from the street, gasping out everything that just happened. Claire tells her to come to her apartment. Safe. Neutral. Nothing to gain. It almost works. Until she asks who originally hired Claire to find Margot. The silence is the answer. The Chun family. Margot's parents, who are members of the ascendancy. She walks out. She's alone on the streets of Portland as the sun goes down. No one to trust. Nowhere safe to go. Her phone rings with texts from all of them. Mother Grace calling her home. Daniel asking to explain. The FBI agent appealing to her conscience. And then one more call. Unknown number. A woman's voice, young and urgent, who says her name is Iris. Not the Iris from the compound, but the original Iris. The one who escaped. The one whose identity was given to someone else after she left, so that anyone who came looking would find a smiling girl with her name still happily inside the cult. The Sophia at the compound isn't real either. The real Sophia left 2 years ago. They replace the ones who escape. And if she doesn't go back, they'll build a new Margot too. And the person she's become, whoever Maya really is, will be erased again. There's an address. On the outskirts of Portland. Come alone. Tell no one. She stands at a literal crossroads as the street lights flicker on. 4 streets. for directions. Behind her, the Ascendancy compound, a place that felt like peace, but runs on psychological control. Ahead, the address Iris gave her, a woman she's never met, with claims she can't verify. To the left, Daniel's apartment, a man who loves her in the most possessive, consuming way imaginable. To the right, the FBI field office, people who see her not as a person, but as a case. She pulls out her phone, opens her notes, types, "My name is..." Her finger hovers. She doesn't know who she is yet, but she's about to find out. And if you've ever felt like the people who claim to love you were really just trying to own you, if you've ever had to fight to remember who you were before someone tried to reshape you, then you already understand exactly what she's going through. Part 5 drops soon, and the other Iris is hiding something that will change everything you think you know about this story. The biggest twist yet is coming. Make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on, because when it drops, you will not want to be the last to know.